Hi guys, if you want to buy this ATEC 512GB kit, DDR5 5600 MHz ECC RDIMM server RAM, then please visit the link provided in the description. So today we're looking at something that's honestly kind of insane when you think about it. This is not your average desktop memory upgrade. This is enterprise level server RAM. We're talking about the ATEC Enterprise Series 512GB DDR5 kit, configured as 8 sticks of 64GB DDR5 running at 5600 MHz. And yeah, that number alone already tells you this thing is built for some serious workloads. Now, usually when people think about RAM upgrades, they think gaming, faster app launches, maybe smoother multitasking. But this is a completely different category. This is a kind of memory configuration designed for virtualization servers, AI workloads, cloud infrastructure, heavy rendering systems, enterprise databases, massive simulations, and professional environments where performance and stability matter way more than RGB lighting. And first impressions? These modules look clean, professional, and exactly what you'd expect from enterprise hardware. No flashy gamer branding, no unnecessary design tricks. Just pure functionality. And honestly, that's kind of the vibe here. Everything about this memory kit is focused on reliability, scalability, and raw performance. Now let's talk specs because there's a lot happening here. Each module is 64GB, and with all 8 installed, you get a total of 512GB of DDR5 memory. That's a ridiculous amount of RAM for most people. Like realistically, you could run multiple virtual machines, heavy server applications, massive datasets, and still have memory left over. This is server territory. This is data center energy. The speed here is DDR5 5600 MHz, which is seriously impressive for ECC registered DIMMs. DDR5 already brings major improvements over DDR4, including higher bandwidth, better power efficiency, and improved memory architecture. And when you combine that with ECC support, things get even more interesting. ECC stand for Error Correcting Code Memory. Basically, it helps detect and correct memory errors before they become system crashes or data corruption issues. For gaming PCs, that may not matter much. But for enterprise environments where uptime is everything, ECC memory is a huge deal. Imagine running financial systems, AI servers, cloud databases, or production workloads 24/7. Stability matters more than almost anything else. And that's exactly where this memory shines. This kit also uses RDIMM technology, which stands for registered DIMM. That means it's specifically designed for servers and workstations that support registered memory. So before buying, definitely make sure your motherboard and CPU support DDR5 ECC RDIMM modules, because this is not standard consumer desktop RAM. Another thing I like here is the dual rank configuration. These are 2 RX4 modules, which can help improve performance in memory-intensive workloads. And honestly, this is a kind of hardware where every little optimization matters. The power efficiency is also pretty solid. These modules run at 1.1 volts, which is lower power compared to older generation server memory. And when you're running 8 high-capacity sticks simultaneously in a server environment, lower power consumption and thermal efficiency become important really fast. Now, one thing people underestimate about high-end server RAM is how much it changes workflow experience. When you have this much memory available, your system behaves differently. Large projects open faster. Virtual machines run smoother. Heavy multitasking becomes effortless. Massive datasets stay in memory instead of constantly swapping to storage. And if you're doing AI inference, machine learning, 3D rendering, or enterprise virtualization, you'll absolutely notice the difference. And honestly, the timing of DDR5 server memory becoming more mainstream is kind of perfect right now. Workloads are getting heavier. AI applications are exploding. Virtualization is everywhere. Companies are processing more data than ever. So memory bandwidth and capacity are becoming critical bottlenecks. Kits like this are built to solve exactly that problem. Installation is pretty straightforward if you already work with enterprise hardware. Standard 288-pin ECC registered DIMMs, solid build quality, and compatibility with supported server platforms. Once installed correctly, the system recognition and stability are exactly what you'd want from enterprise-grade components. And let's be real for a second, 512 gigabytes of RAM still sounds absolutely wild. A few years ago, even 64 gigabytes felt excessive. Now we're looking at 8 times that capacity in a single kit. Technology moves fast. But here's the thing. This isn't really about flexing huge numbers. It's about enabling workloads that literally require this level of performance. Massive virtualization clusters, enterprise applications, scientific simulations, rendering farms, AI model hosting. Those are the kinds of environments where this memory actually makes sense. And the nice thing about ATEC's Enterprise series is that it focuses on reliability. Enterprise customers don't care about marketing gimmicks. They care about uptime, validation, compatibility, and consistent performance under heavy workloads. And that's clearly the direction this kit is aiming for. So overall, if you're building or upgrading a professional server, workstation, virtualization machine, or enterprise environment that supports DDR5 ECC RDIMM memory, this ATEC 512GB DDR5 5600 MHz kit is honestly a monster. Massive capacity, strong bandwidth, ECC reliability, enterprise-grade stability, and future-ready DDR5 performance all packed into one serious upgrade. And yeah, this definitely isn't for everyone. But if you actually need this level of memory performance, you already know how valuable something like this can be. Hi guys, if you want to buy this ATEC 512GB kit, DDR5 5600 MHz, ECC RDIMM server RAM, then please visit the link provided in the description.